Good morning, everyone. So happy Diwali to everyone. I hope you must have had a beautiful Deepavali and must have enjoyed with friends, with family, and with all the things nice. And it was a happy day, happy night yesterday. So today also it will be happy day and happy night today. So let's start. So you must be wondering, what am I going to start with? So today is very interesting topic, and let's share screen and we talk about it. And what you are seeing behind is I will tell you later on. So let me share screen. My screen has disappeared. 1 minute. Yeah. So here am I got my screen back, and this is my screen. You can see the screen. I hope you can see the screen.
Yeah, Nupur.
Okay. So today my topic is very interesting. As you can see, you must be seeing a little Jerry eating so many things, and he is very happy eating it. So my topic is, how many polythene bags do you swallow in a year? Let's move about it. The exact number of polythene bags swallowed per year is difficult to determine, but studies have estimated that humans may ingest an average to 1 to 2 microplastics bags per week, which could equal to 52 to 104 microplastic bags per year. Maybe you can say 1 to 2 real polythene bags, normal polythene bags in a year. So how? These estimates are based on research that has analyzed microplastic content in human stool samples. One study found that 95% of stool samples contained microplastic, with an average of 20 microplastic particles per sample. Another study found that microplastics were present in 80% of stool samples, with an average of 15 microplastic particles per sample, and sample is very small, like half a spoon or 1 foot. So you can imagine the studies focused on microplastics in general, not specifically polythene bags. As a result, the estimates of polythene bag consumption should be considered approximation. So it is approximately 1 to 2 bags, and microplastic bags, as you can see, the number which I have told you, it is around 1 to 2 microplastic bags per week to 52 to 104 microplastic bags per year. So what are microplastics? As you can see behind me also, so many microplastics are there. Of course, it has been enlarged with the help of microscope. So microplastics are tiny plastic particles less than 5 millimeters, you can say 0.2 inches in length. They are found in a variety of environments, including ocean, soil, and air. So how do microplastics get into the environment? Microplastics are found in a variety of environments, including the ocean, soil, and air. They come in from variety of sources like primary microplastics. There are microplastics that are manufactured in this size, such as microbeads in personal care products, plastic pellets used in manufacturing of plastic products, and tire wear. These are primary microplastics. Then secondary microplastics are those microplastics which formed from the breakdown of larger plastic debris. This can happen through a variety of processes, including weathering, erosion, and abrasion. Let's see how we can go through it. So this is a picture where I have put in how microplastics are, absorbed, or they come from house, they come into water, leak plastics, agriculture, industry, then they go into water, soil, and atmosphere. Then it is ingested, it turns into microplastic, nanoplastics are also there, that is smaller than microplastic. Then it goes into plant, animal, and microorganism, and they also go to river, lake, canals. Then they run off erosion seepage. From there, they go into the natural things like animals. Then food feed. So these things go into animals, domestic animals like poultry and all, and of course to the human beings. So what happens from here? It also goes into atmosphere, oceans, and then into the sedimentation in the soil also. Let's move on more further. I'll explain it more how it goes. So how do microplastics get into the environment? Main sources are plastic debris that ends up in environment can break down into microplastics over time. This is a major source of microplastics in the ocean, as plastic bags, bottles, and other plastic items that are often discarded in waterways. And you must have seen the ocean full of plastic debris. Then microfibers. What are microfibers? They are synthetic clothing such as fleece and polyester that can shed microfibers. When they are washed, these microfibers can end up in wastewater treatment, plants, and eventually make their way into environment. Okay, so the small particle that is in the clothing, that also synthetic clothing, that goes into the environment. Then cosmetics. Some some cosmetics such as, one minute, some cosmetics such as facial scrubs and toothpaste contains microbeads. These microbeads are tiny plastic particles that can end up in environment when they are washed down the drain. So you don't eat toothpaste, but when you throw it out, it might go in the drain and then into the environment. Now tires. Tires are very big things which can emit microplastic. When tires wear down, they release tiny rubber particles that can break down into microplastics. This is a major source of microplastics in urban areas, as cars and trucks release a constant stream of tire particles. Now, another thing, construction and demolition waste. Microplastic can be found in construction and demolition waste, as they can be released from materials such as insulation and vinyl sidings. Then indoor dust. You have to be careful at home also. Microplastic can be found in indoor dust, as they can track in from the outside or released from synthetic materials such as furnitures and carpets. You may not be aware, but you have to now find out because have to be very careful about your health also. Now, what are the sources of microplastics? Ocean sources, plastic debris from coastal areas, because people are throwing lot of plastics. Microplastics from sewage treatment plants. They also release all the treated water into the natural places, natural river or canal or something. Then microplastic from fishing gear. So all those nets, they are made from plastic and then they release microplastic in the water. Now, terrestrial sources, that is land sources, agriculture runoff, microplastics from landfills, microplastics from construction and demolition waste. This is what the land area, that is terrestrial sources. Then atmospheric. I'm so sorry, a lot of microplastics are there, it seems, in the atmosphere. So that's why I started sneezing because recently Diwali has been celebrated, a lot of crackers has been burst. So, uh, and maybe people must be, you know, um, they have lighted the diya, but they must have lighted candles also. So it must have created a lot of microplastic in the air, and I'm sneezing. So this is what happens when a lot of microplastics are in the air, that is in the atmosphere. So microplastics from vehicle emissions. Of course, yesterday was Diwali, so a lot of crackers has been burst. So there must be so much of smoke and microplastics. So microplastics from industrial activities, microplastics from wind-blown dust. That is what I got the sneezing because of that. And now my voice has also changed. So what are the effects of microplastics on environment? Effects on marine animals. Microplastic can be ingested by marine animals, which can lead to blockages, malnutrition, and even death. You have heard and you have read in the news also, many marine animals have washed ashore, and when their postmortem has been conducted, they have ingested a lot of plastics and so many debris. So microplastic can also absorb and release harmful chemicals into the environment, which can contaminate water supplies and harm wildlife. So this is what happens, and it has affected the fish which we eat. So whatever they eat in the environment, and when they are swimming in the microplastic infested water, they will definitely have the microplastic in the system. So you should be careful when you are eating fish. Soil. Microplastic can reduce soil quality, impede plant growth, and harm soil organisms. And they can also contaminate food crops and pose a risk to human health. So your system might be breathing and eating microplastic because of this. So air. Now, what happened to me? It is because of air quality which has gone down. Microplastic can be inhaled. I inhaled and cause a respiratory problem. I started sneezing, but your lungs might be full of microplastics. They can also contaminate air pollution and pose a risk to human health. And now, what is the effect on human health? Ingestion, ingesting microplastic can cause a variety of health problems, including gastrointestinal problems, inflammation, and reproductive problems. Inhalation, what I did now. Inhaling microplastic can cause respiratory problems, including asthma and lung cancer, because it goes and deposits in the lungs. So it can cause lung cancer. Another, of course, many other uh, problems. So what you should do, some are recommendations, which I'll say now because I don't want to scare you. So reduce your use of plastic products, properly dispose of plastic waste, support policies that reduces microplastic pollution, educate others about risk of microplastics. Okay. Next comes how to create awareness. When we are talking about how to tell people that they are taking in microplastics and it is so harmful. So how to create awareness? So raising awareness about microplastics is crucial to address their growing environmental and health impact. Here are some effective strategies to create awareness for microplastics. First of all, target specific audiences. Tailor your awareness messages to different demographics such as school children, parents, policymakers, and businesses. Okay. Use age appropriate language, relatable examples, and targeted channels to reach out to audience effectively. Okay, like I'm speaking in the form of PowerPoint because you are educated and high intellectual audience group. So if I speak to little children, then I will speak in the form of their stories, different small stories. Okay, this animal ate so much of plastic that he died or he got sick. That is the way I will handle the audience to create awareness. Then we have to highlight the impact of microplastic, use compelling visuals like I am doing, some stories, and you have seen the live effect of microplastic because I started sneezing and having some problem. And data, of course, I have given you data to illustrate the negative consequences of microplastic. There have been studies also I will share with you now. Microplastic pollution on marine and life, human health, and overall environment. Emphasize the urgency of taking action to reduce microplastic pollution. Now, promote simple solution. What are the simple solution? Encourage individuals and businesses to adopt simple action. For example, they can reduce their microplastic footprints. That is, they should reduce using plastic items, storing food in plastic, even they can stop producing plastics. Of course, they say that BPA is safe, but actually, research has shown that BPA proof plastics are still emit or release microplastic. So they are not actually BPA proof. Share tips on avoiding single-use plastics because once you use it, you throw it and it goes into environment. Properly disposing of plastic waste, send it for recycling, and supporting sustainable alternative. Utilize social media, of course. Everybody is using Facebook, Twitter, and other social medias also like YouTube and Instagram. So leverage social media platform to share informative content, engage with followers, and spark conversation about microplastic. Use relevant hashtags, run targeted ads, and encourage sharing to spread awareness. Then you should organize community events like today I'm speaking to you all. So it is the message is going to everyone around the world that Maven is creating a ripple of awareness about microplastics. So We will host some workshop. You can share your views. We will also share then film screenings and cleanup drives. There are many NGOs who are cleaning up the ocean, the sea, the waterways, even the landfills also. They are trying to recycle the plastic waste, and they are creating awareness. Like in India, um, there is potential ban on plastic bags, and it was very well taken in because now most of in at least here many places, many country cities, they are imposing this ban, and they are coming back to cloth bags or paper bags, and they are encouraging people to bring their own bags. So you have to raise awareness and promote action within communities, encourage participation, provide educational materials, and showcase local solutions to microplastic pollution. So reusing, recycling is essential part, and try and avoid using plastic utensils, plastic dabbas, plastic carry bags, and so many other things. Even synthetic material which you are using, it is also contaminating the environment. Now you have to engage with policymakers. As I told you, many states have taken um, this what to say policies. They have created policies. They have created laws to ban plastics. Okay, so you should advocate and support the government to not to use plastic bags or plastic articles which are one-time use. For example, bottles also, drinking bottle, you should avoid using drinking. Take your own bottle and fill in your own water from house and go, no problem. And everywhere you get water, filtered water, you can fill up, refill the bottle. So advocate for policies that reduce for microplastic pollution at the local, national, and international levels. You know, many countries they have banned plastic totally. So we are, you know, in midway. Somewhere plastics are used, somewhere they are not used. So we should have total ban on plastic items and plastic bags. Contact your elected officials, participate in public hearings, and support initiative to regulate plastic production, waste management, and microplastic research. Many metros, many places, they have uh, segregated waste like green waste and plastic waste separately, so that plastic can be recycled, or and if you mix both the waste together, so it will be very difficult to separate the plastic and the waste, natural waste. So it is better to have it start from the home, and we are doing it. I am doing it. We have two waste bins. One is in red color, one is in green color. Green uh, is full of all the vegetable waste and natural waste, and other red one is for waste bottles or plastics or other kind of uh, solid waste. So once you start from home, it will be very easily, it can be managed by authorities so that they can manage the waste. This microplastic will not be able to seep into environment. Educate about microplastic alternatives. What are that? That are reusable alternatives to single-use plastics, such as reusable water bottles, shopping bags, like I was discussing, food containers like steel one or glass, containers. Highlight the benefits of these alternatives for both environment and economic reasons. If you are buying reusable items, you will be saving a lot of money also. Now, you should support microplastic research, encourage funding for research on the sources, effects, and solution to microplastic pollution. Share research findings with the public to raise awareness and inform policy decisions. I will be sharing some researches. Empower individuals to take action. Encourage individuals to become advocates for microplastic reduction by sharing their knowledge, taking action in their own lives, inspire a sense of collective responsibility, and empower others to make a difference. Like we started awareness campaign, and we start in our, in one of our government initiative was to distribute two bins. It was many few years back. One was red in color and was green in color. And when we got this bin, and most of the people they got bins, they were educated that okay, red color bin is for solid waste and green color is for green waste. And it came into a habit that we have to add only green waste into green bin, and red color bin is for solid waste. So that way, when we start from home, we can always educate others also. So this initiative was taken by the government here in some places, and it was like pilot study kind of thing and pilot interaction, and it was a success. So this way, and one of the incident which I would like to share is one of the forest officers, he put a total ban on plastic. Uh, you can't take in plastic in any of the forest sanctuaries, because when you throw the plastic, the wild animals, they don't know, and they just ingest it and they fall sick. So there was total plastic ban in all these sanctuaries and forest areas. So you will not find any plastic in these areas. Most of the areas are plastic free areas. So this is how authorities are working towards it. Government is working towards it. Many individuals, many societies are working towards it. Many NGOs are working towards it. So you just have to, pick up your, ideas and just start working towards it. Everything starts from home. Once you are aware, once you are, you know, what are the advantages of using plastic, you will definitely not use in your home anymore. And when you start this action, definitely it will make a difference. So this is how we can protect our environment, our health, and even health of people around us. Now, I was talking about research papers, there are research papers. Of course, I won't go into much of details, but I will definitely share with you. It is really essential that I should support my this talk with research papers, because you won't believe me. So there was one paper which was presented by Matthew Cole and his friends in 2021, which said microplastics were found in the digestive tracts of fish from all over the world. Now it is scary indeed, and you will avoid eating fish. So better avoid eating fish. The frequency of microplastic ingestion was higher in fish from polluted areas. So all the river fish and sea fish, which was highly polluted, they will have microplastics in them. And the size of and type of microplastic ingested by fish vary depending on the species and environment. You have to find out which fish is microplastic free. It is very difficult to find out. So another paper which was written by Richard C. Thompson, Ian, and his friends. So it was in 2018. So these are all latest studies. Microplastic come from a variety of sources, including plastic debris, microfibers, and cosmetics. Microplastic can be transported long distance by wind and water. Microplastic can have a number of negative impacts on marine organisms, including ingestion, entanglement, and smother. Another research by Emma Eyre and Auckland and Christopher J. and his friends. So micro in 2020, this is very recent one. Microplastics are found in variety of freshwater environments, including rivers, lakes, and wetlands. Microplastic can be transported to freshwater environments through a variety of pathways, including runoff, wastewater treatment plant, effluents, and atmospheric depositions. Then microplastic can have a number of negative impacts on freshwater organisms, including ingestion, reproductive problems, and changes in behavior. Another study by Rui Wang, Ji Gang, Wang, Bingwa, Yu, and others in 2020 again. Microplastics are found in soils worldwide. Microplastic can enter soils through a variety of pathways, including litter fall, atmospheric deposition, and agricultural activities. Microplastic can have a number of negative impacts on soil organism or soil function, including reduced microbial activity, decreased nutrient availability, and impaired plant. So agriculture is very much affected by this. Now, next paper was Amir Borrell and friends in 2020. So this is also recent research. Microplastics are found in the atmosphere. Microplastic can enter the atmosphere through a variety of pathways, including abrasion of plastic materials, resuspension of microplastics from soil and water, emission from industrial processes. Microplastic can be transported long distance by wind. Microplastic can have a number of negative impacts on human health and the environment, including inhalation, ingestion, and endocrine disruption. Now, what are the solutions? I've told you it is a serious nature and very much, I think so, we should all be in ICU because of this microplastics and nanoplastics. So let's see how we can save ourselves from this microplastic contamination. Reduce our use of plastics. Use reusable bags, bottles, and containers. Avoid buying products that are packaged in excess plastic. Still, people are using plastic, though there was lot of awareness campaigns also, and still people are using it. So dispose of plastics properly, recycle plastic whenever possible, avoid littering or burning plastic. When you burn plastic, air is polluted. Support policies that reduce microplastic pollution, support bans on the use of microplastics in cosmetics and products, support policies that require manufacturers to take more responsibility for disposal of their plastic products. In between, there was some company who used to collect the bags back. And I think so that was milk bags, and still they collect it back and recycle it, and they give some money out of it. So what happens was, those people who used to buy these plastic bags, I mean, they used to sell those plastic bags. They used to get substantial amount, and it was a good way of these um, companies. It was, I think so. Arvin is still buying these plastic bags back, and they get. So what happens was, people started selling their plastic. They will collect it and they will sell it back to the Arvin booth. So these milk packets were washed and reused and recycled. So that way they were creating an awareness also, and in that they were giving something back to the customers so that they can give the bags for recycling. It won't go into the environment. This was very beautiful thing, and it is still going on, it seems now. And I think so other states must be following it, other countries must be following it. And age old bottles, glass bottles, it is making a comeback in some private sectors. They are, supplying milk in milk bottles, and they will recollect the milk bottle once they are empty and refill it and send it back to the consumer. This is also very essential, and we should encourage these companies who are selling milk in this way. So, how to reduce exposure to microplastic? It can be very challenging, but there are many other things which we can do. Eat a diet that is low in seafood and processed food. Drink filtered water. Many people they buy bottles. Avoid using single-use plastic. Wash our hands frequently, because our hand, when we touch any plastic items, it will have those microplastics on our hands. Choose personal care products that are free of microplastics, that you have to research whether this product contains microplastics or not. By taking these steps, we can help to protect ourselves from the potential health risks associated with microplastic consumption. Now, see, I was just referring to the bottles. So bottles are very happy. So what is the conclusion of our talk is, microplastics are growing environmental concern. They are found in a variety of environments and can have a number of negative impact on wildlife and human health. However, there are a number of things we can do to reduce microplastic pollution. By reducing our use of plastic, disposing of plastic properly, and supporting policies that reduce microplastic pollution, we can help to protect the environment for future generations. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will be able to stop or reduce plastic ingestion. With this, thank you very much. And you can see all these are, blown up faces of microplastic. This is how it looks, but um, when you see through the microscope, these plastics are like this. And you are eating, you are breathing, and you will become plastic in some time. So anyone who have any questions, you can definitely ask me, because this is very serious concern, and we should all be aware of this, and we should be avoiding to use plastic in any way. It will help our environment, our health, and everyone's health around us. Thank you very much. So any questions out here?
Thank you so much, Nupurji, for such a wonderful topic, and you highlighted so many different aspects of it. And we are so careless because there's so much. Sometimes I was also thinking during your session, there's so much plastic in everything, like the packaging that we receive, or,
Yes,
or everything that we order online. It comes with a lot of plastic,
yes,
and even though there has been shift, like they have shifted from plastic to cardboard as well, but then still there is a lot of plastic in it. Yeah.
yes.
So
There is, and there is a shift. I recently, which I ordered few things from Amazon. They are also shifting. They are packaging in cardboard, plus the packaging inside is paper packaging. That is also good, but still they
yeah,
are using
yeah,
plastic bags to pack
yeah.
it. So they should be using cloth bag or something like that. So that is what I would like to say. Or anyone else who have any questions or any ideas, and of course, I would encourage everyone to be aware of this problem, because it is going inside us. We are breathing also. We are, even if we are not using plastic container, we are breathing it, the air, and we are eating also microplastic. It was such a shock for us, and of course, as I said in the beginning, we are eating around 1 to 2 bags, full bags of plastic bags in a year.
So, is there a way to cleanse yourself internally?
No, you should only avoid it because it is going into our system. There's no way out. Only it is that prevention is better than cure.
Yeah, but if it is in air and it's going in, right?
Yeah, that's
So
what.
we can't avoid at at times.
Can't avoid it. That is what we have to create awareness, and policies has to be created. So new generation, which the people who are new generation people who are going into policy makers, then they can really work on it and create law, like um, when they are in a position to create law or create any policies, they can definitely help people to improve their quality of life. And that is what the best thing is: education. Best thing is awareness. There is no way we can avoid plastic unless and until there's a major shift in policies, major shift in you know many things that are happening. For example, industries, they should not be throwing out plastic waste. They should be recycling it, and you know and of course, tires. How can you stop tires from not sending out microplastic? They are using it. So there should be some alternative, and this is recent studies. Nanoplastic and microplastic are becoming very serious problem. So there have to be some major shift, and this is, you know, it is like we are in an ICU now. We should take action, otherwise our next generation will be suffering.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, when you were mentioning, I was also imagining like a lot of plastic in our, in our bodies, and if
Because
drink
it
hot or cold, it will get expand or contract. Or like.
yes, and of course, plastic is one factor, but there are other factors also. We should. I feel if we have people to research how to get this plastic out of our system. We are talking about avoid, or how to not avoid using plastic, but how to get this. plastic out of our system, there should be some research on this also. So I will research on this. I will see whether anyone has studied on this. Maybe some scientists must be working on it.
Yeah, maybe some are different form of detoxing your body.
Yes,
Means there are already quite a few
yes,
detox natural ways, but for plastic it would be great.
yes, yes. So I will definitely find if there is any research on this, I will definitely share. But I don't think so. There's any way because plastic cannot be, what to say, it cannot be, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? It cannot be, you know, done into anything else. Like it cannot be digested. It cannot be, um, made into anything else other than plastic. It cannot degrade. It cannot. It takes many thousand years to break into something. I think so. Some bacteria has been developed which can eat plastic. Some bacteria or some organism. I was reading about it. I was next talk. It is that on that.
Awesome, awesome.
I remember that.
Yeah,
So next we will have talk on how these bacteria or say, this organism is eating these plastic and making into biodegradable one. Maybe it will help us in some way or other.
yeah. Something on detoxing.
Ah, something on detox, something how to avoid plus how to take out this plastic from our system. So there will be a sequel, so wait for that sequel. Let's see how the sequel comes up, how to detox ourselves from this micro and nanoplastics. So with this, I take
Uh,
leave.
Anyone else has any question? Just because I was just Neelam ji, Meena ji, Rajbin.
Yes, Rajan.
It is about plastic, use of plastic, because many of us now, some have started recycling, but some people who don't know, they just throw the plastic away.
Yes.
Bad thing. By throwing the plastic away, you can create pollution. But by keeping the plastic bags, you can use it again and again for making something out of plastics, out of plastic bottles, out of plastic bags. There's so many useful things. Thank you, Nupurji, for a wonderful talk. Thank you.
Oh, we can reuse these plastics, but again, they will be in the air. They will be, you know, creating harmful chemicals, which is not good for health. Like you should not be reusing these plastic dabbas, plastic boxes again and again. They have their life, and after certain time, they start emitting a vapor, which is not good for health. So it is better not to use these plastics. Instead of that, use steel containers, glass containers, and now I'm starting switching off to steel containers and glass containers. They are much safer, though it is very scary to use glass container, but steel container are still very much in, and we can use those, and they can be washed, and they won't be, absorbing the plastic particles in the food. So, yes, we should not use plastic. And seafood is very much contaminated with nanoparticles and microparticles. So, better you get get the fish and marine seafood from places where the pollution is less. So anyone else who have any questions? So let's end, Shabana. I think so. It is a shocking news.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shock.
Yeah. It just after the festival, it seems like a lot of work to be done.
And then this bomb, that silent bomb of microplastic and nanoplastic is really shocking. So let's work towards it. My message to everyone around the world, please don't use plastics. Avoid using it so that you can create. And even if you are throwing it off, don't throw it just here and there. Send it to recycle bins or recycle areas so that it can be recycled. It should not go into the environment. Once you stop using it, automatically the supply chain will be affected and there will be no demand, then there will be no supply, and the environment will be much better place to live in. So with this note, I take leave. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank